All right, so Emmett Sheehan struck out a career-high 10 D-Train at Coors Field. His final start of 2023 went 6 innings, but now he's coming off one of the worst outings of the season, allowed 5 runs against the Angels. How does he bounce back tonight in Colorado?
Continue to be aggressive. Yes, get ahead with that fastball, but you can tell from last night's game, get to the secondary pitches. The second time around, start to pitch it backwards, keep those young hitters off balance, and get some ground balls and some quick outs so you can get this talented offense in the dugout as quick as possible.
Use that fastball, breaking ball, like you said. No free passes. Make them earn their way on.
And if you're the offense, Jerry, you got to score more than 3 runs tonight.
7 runs, at least 7 tonight. No exception.
All right, time to even up the series. Let's head it out to Denver. Steven Nelson and Oral Hershiser have the call from Coors Field. Gentlemen, take it away.
Thank you, John. Welcome, everybody, to Tuesday Night Baseball on Sportsnet LA, brought to you by Arco. Wherever you may be and however you may be with us, thanks for joining. Back in Denver, Colorado, the Dodgers and Rockies game 2 of 4 in this series. Coming up in just a little bit. First, let's remind you of where the Dodgers stand both in the National League West and the National League playoff picture as a whole. Atop the division, 2 games clear the Padres, who lost last night to San Francisco. But the Dodgers now a game behind the Phillies. Top 2 seeds in each league get a first-round bye. You know that. You may have forgotten where the Dodgers stand in relation to Milwaukee and Philadelphia. So let's say hello, shall we? Riding shotgun with the Bulldog, Oral Hershiser. I'm Steven Nelson. We have Kirsten Watson, who's going to say hello in just a moment. But a disappointing series opening loss, Oral, and it's continued a trend for this Dodger team where they sort of played down to the competition. We say that with respect to the Colorado Rockies, but this is a team that on paper and on the field, they should handle, and they didn't last night.
Yeah, this is a time when your emotions match the fans, match your manager, and all the players. This just can't happen. And that's what happened last night. No matter who you ask, the fans that watched the game, the manager that watched the game, or the players that played in the game, they have an attitude of this can't happen.
So let's bring in Kirsten, because I think everybody is curious how last night's loss sat with the Dodgers in the clubhouse.
Yeah, Steven, it was frustrating. And even Dave Roberts after the game, he said straight up, when you have a starting pitcher like Yoshinobu Yamamoto who goes 7 innings and you can't pick up the win, that's a tough one to explain. And so he said today they have to be better. Yes, they have to turn the page. The big thing yesterday was going in, trying not to let up. So they have to get back to that intensity. And he does believe, just with some of the conversations that he's either had or overheard amongst the guys, he does believe that that is going to be the case today. They'll get right back on track.
All right, Kirsten. Well, Oral, you know the saying in baseball, momentum and the next day's starting pitcher, right? Those 2 things are tied together. Well, starting pitching, that's been pretty good for the Dodgers of late.
It really has. If you're going to analyze the team in all the different departments, the starting pitching has really hit its stride. First of all, it hit its health. Kershaw's back. Snell's back. Yamamoto's been doing his thing. Glass now is back, and they are all throwing the ball well. Yamamoto had to respond to a very tough outing, and he had a very good outing. Well, tonight's starting pitcher, Emmett Sheehan, he has to respond to a very tough outing, and it has been an up-and-down year for him. He has been dominant. He has pitched well against the Rockies, but tonight he needs to be consistent.
He'll be starting opposite left-hander Austin Gomber, who's been scuffling of late. And the Dodgers will try and take it to him. Ohtani, Betts, and Smith will be the first 3 to the plate against the Rockies lefty when we come back on Sportsnet LA.
Dodgers going up against left-hander Austin Gomber. Jerry, 0-6 this season, ERA 6.75, 0-4 lifetime against the Dodgers. You got to think this is an opportunity for the offense.
This is a get-back game for this offense. You have to score a ton of runs. Sorry, Gomber. If I'm on the offense, he does not see the 4th inning.
Win. Shake hands. That's it.
Score early, score often, get a win, snap this 4-game road losing streak. Dodgers and Rockies, first pitch is coming up next.
In the month of August, the on-base streak now at 16 games after producing a couple of knocks last night and 3 really hard-hit baseballs. Hitting .397 his last 16 games. An on-base percentage comfortably above 500. And, of course, he is leading off for the Dodgers. We show you their starting lineup. Presented by your Southern California helpful Honda dealers. Ohtani, Betts, Will Smith. Had last night off. He draws back in, bats 3rd with the lefty on the mound. Freddie Freeman will clean up at first base. Teoscar Hernandez bats 5th in right field. Andy Pages is locking down center, and the final 3 of the order. Alex Collin left. Miguel Rojas at 2nd, and Buddy Kennedy getting another start at 3rd base. And the left-hander, Austin Gomber. making his 12th start of the year. It has not been a good year for him.
Now, Austin struggled at the beginning of the year for 2.5 months, out with some left shoulder tenderness. Finally back, but no, the stats have not been good. And the way to break this down is the Dodgers should really tee off against him. Their OPS against lefties is 6th in the league, but it's all slug. They are 2nd in Major League Baseball on slug against left-handers, so look for them to go deep, something they didn't do in last night's game. No home runs, a whole bunch of singles, but they used the long ball against San Diego in the sweep, and maybe tonight against these Rockies, they can use the long ball.
Second inning, second trip to the plate for Ohtani. Led off the game, fouling out to Karros at third. Alex Call with a leadoff home run here in the second inning. 453 feet. It is the longest home run for a Dodger this season.
Check that. We already have. It is. Shohei got it off the foot. He's starting pitcher tomorrow. That would be his back leg. If anything is going to be wrong with a foot or a leg, you want it to be your back leg. You don't want to go down the mound kind of 8 times body weight into your landing leg and have something wrong with that foot.
Ohtani rifles a ball to right field. Does it have the carry? It does. If that didn't go over the wall, it would have went through it. Home run number 44 for Ohtani. The second blast for the Dodgers in this inning. And it's already 4-0.
No home runs last night. A couple already, and you're barely through the order. 10 hitters and 2 home runs. The foul ball off his front foot didn't affect him at all. 116 miles. Hours off. Excuse me. He hit it hard.
Yeah, he did. A 2 spot for the Dodgers. Call and Ohtani with a pair of big flies.
Guys, when Ohtani goes game 1,
Okay.
be fully prepared for the most annoying version.
We'll watch Ohtani throw
We'll be,
ever,
3 of us will be on the pre and post game.
Yeah.
So you can take all the shots you want.
Ohtani was amazing in the 1 inning.
Yeah, game 1, and they got to use 4 guys in the
Dan
bullpen.
at the post-game show, Greg, I know he threw 6 innings and he struck out 12, but he threw his splitter just twice. I'm really concerned.
I'm concerned he hasn't used the split finger. I thought that was one of his better weapons.
That was one of your weaker arguments. I got to admit.
No, I'm just
not
telling
worried
you.
about the split. The stuff is not.
I am, because I don't know if you put a heavy lineup with the lefties. I get what you're saying. That split finger was the difference maker for him. And when he was on the top of his pitching game, before he hurt his elbow, those last few starts, remember when he was pedestrian with the Angels? You're like, what's wrong with Ohtani? We were in a meeting. I said, the last 7 starts, he hasn't used that split finger hardly at all.
I know.
It's a difference maker.
But wait a minute, he wasn't throwing 102 like
I
right
don't
now.
care if he has to
His
face
velo's
Schwarber
up, everything's
and
good.
Harper.
Maybe he bailed on it. Maybe it is the injury pitch.
When you have a pitch that's that dominant, you don't just say, "Hey, I don't want to. I'm tired of having I'm tired of throwing this and nobody can hit it."
No, if it puts stress on the elbow and he's got he's got an injured elbow that he came back from, I think maybe he's saving it for October.
And Dan's saying he's going to need that against.
He's going to need that.
We need
that
some
to me is
interaction.
the separator.
Apparently, there are people watching our show. Let's get a little interaction. No way, Ohtani game 1. I'll give it to Blake Snell.
Okay, Melvin.
Yeah.
I mean, the way Snell throwing, he's throwing the ball.
That's
throwing the ball
totally
great.
fine. I'm with that.
You're right on Ohtani.
Thank you,
Thank
Mark.
you, Mark.
Yeah, I mean,
Talking to
why would you want
You're
your
on the
best
mark.
stuff? Why
You're
would
on
you
the
want
mark.
your best stuff go game 1?
He has the best small
you're right.
example.
That makes no sense.
Because he's going to put your whole bullpen in the game. This is not Ohtani throwing 9.
You want to save that bullpen as long as you can.
Guys,
you don't want to
left-
start game 1 if you're Dave
I feel
Roberts.
like
You
I'm
got to
in the
worry about.
Twilight Zone.
You are.
Is it just me, or do all starters, even if they're 4 or 5 game 1, Ohtani will be World Series?
Sure he is.
Anyway, we come back.